Welcome back to Living Your Truth. My name is Walisha alongside my special black man.
Mike Marcus. And look, we have today a guest coming up to challenge us. We focus on helping you guys navigate the journey of real love by, utilizing me and Walisha's story and relationship to help you guys live in your truth in your own relationships.
And navigate the journey of real love.
And navigate the journey of real love. So we're going to call up our guest. There we go. Hey, what's up, Jonathan?
Oh, what's up? What's up?
Hi, Jonathan. How you doing?
What up, Alicia? I'm good. And you? How y'all doing? How you doing?
Good. What's going on? Talk to us.
To be honest, I just got home from work as we speak. I literally just walked in the crib.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Definitely want to just say welcome to Living Your Truth. You're the third guest, so just want to let you know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And we appreciate you, just to let you know this conversation it's important not only for us, but for the audience, right? To have real conversations. And I know a lot of people have the same similar questions as you, of course. So, just want to, say thank you again for coming up. So talk to us. I know you want
You're welcome.
Yeah, I know you wanted to challenge us. So I don't know what questions or anything that you want to challenge, but go ahead, let's get it going.
It could be like any question that comes to mind, or
Yeah.
Yeah, anything.
Whatever you want to know.
Whatever you want to know.
all right. So right now, I'm going by what my experience. What I'm going through a little situation.
Okay.
So I always thought if you had a man in your house, you shouldn't be no way, shape, or form asking nobody else for any type of anything like money, especially when you have a man in your house. Because right now, like for example, like I lend somebody $1,000.
That's very generous of you, by the way.
Yes.
100%.
So mine is like one of my closest friends. Like she's my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So my question is, yeah, like why is it that when a female have a guy living with them, I'm not sure if they scared or why isn't the first thing that comes to their mind, oh, let me ask my man for the money. But the first thing that comes to their mind, oh, let me ask an outsider for the money.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I feel the same way you feel. So I don't believe any woman should be asking anybody else like for money, especially outside the house. She has a husband or a man, mainly because if we lay together and we do everything underneath the sun together,
That man should be taking care of what he needs to take care of.
period. And the moment you go out,
Exactly.
yeah, and the moment you go outside of me, to me it's kind of like disrespectful. Not
And
even
it's
kind of, it's
embarrassing.
disrespectful.
No, it is disrespectful.
Yeah. So for me personally, I understand exactly what you mean. Women do it, I feel, because they don't trust I feel like they lost trust in their man because it's
Yeah.
like that's the only real answer for that. You know what I'm saying? It's not really nothing else, because when you trust somebody, bro, you're going to that person all the time. If you're in need, even if you're not in need, you just want to sit there and talk. You understand what I'm saying? So I just feel personally, I just think the woman might have lost trust in her man. That's
Or
why she
he
goes
just
outside of
don't
him.
have it and she knows that. So she got to do whatever she can to get the money from somebody.
Yeah, that could be the case too.
So, I mean, yeah, I feel like that. And also, thinking about it like this, as a man, I would never cross the boundary with my best friend. But there's other guys out there, and they say, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give you $1,000," but in my head, I'm expecting something.
Right.
That's a whole nother
Right.
thing. You also open up a door. Women don't understand that. You go decide to ask a friend, not you necessarily, but they go ask a friend, or you don't know a guy like, oh, you owe me.
Oh my God. Yo, I just thought of something.
What's
Remember
that?
in one of the episodes I talked about how I was propositioned?
Yes.
Yo, that really happened to me. On one of the other episodes, I spoke about how I was friends with this guy. Me and my friend, one of my friends, we went to like the Labor Day parade, and it was him and his cousin. And we started talking to them, whatever. And I friend zoned him. Like I gave him my number. I wanted to give him my Instagram. He didn't have no social media, so I ended up giving him my number. Whatever. He kept calling me, and I'm like, yo, why does this guy keep calling me? But obviously, he's calling because he wants to get to know me, right? So I answered whatever, and I started talking to him. But I friend zoned him like completely. Like I would talk to him about other guys, whatever.
Yeah.
And throughout the years, like we remained friends, and this is why I wanted to This is why the main reasons today why I don't really do male friends, because it's always some sort of line that gets crossed eventually. And basically, I think that, we would just talk about like my struggles and stuff like that. He knew I lived with my dad, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he basically like propositioned me like, yo, if you let me eat it, I'll give you money. And I'm
crazy.
like, yo, I'm not a prostitute.
Jonathan, listen, Jonathan, you ain't wrong. Look, that's just a perfect example. Everything you speaking about right now, a question I should say.
Exactly.
I was so offended. Like, I really cut him off. And I said, the crazy thing about it is that he's going to tell people that I stopped talking to him over money. He would never tell people that he propositioned me. And from when he did that, I stopped talking to him completely. He was emailing me.
Wow.
Oh wow. So that means he already had an intentions with you. So he used this excuse. So go through the door.
Yeah. And it was very distasteful because I'm like, yo, I'm not a prostitute. Like, I live with my father, right? Like, why would you? And it's like, I just was so like flabbergasted. Like, that's what you came up with? Like,
yeah, that's what guys come up with sometimes.
Nah, I was so I was so offended. Like, I really cut him off. Like, that was the end of that. He was emailing me.
Nah,
we
that's
should
terrible.
please talk about it. I'm like, no. And after a while, I started to feel bad because I knew his mom. He had told me his mom passed away. He sent all of this in the email, and I felt so bad. But I'm like, nah, I gotta stand on business.
Nah, yeah, you gotta be
exactly. There you go. Yeah.
So Jonathan,
his mother passed away. Say it again. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna ask you something. So, this is your friend that you gave her money, correct? $1,000.
Yes.
Lent her $1,000.
Best friend. Yes.
And she has a man or husband.
Yes, a whole husband.
Wow. Okay. Damn. So, wow. Is this the first time?
Actually, when she first asked me, she asked me for 2,000. I said, no, I can't do that.
You told her slow down. Slow down. That's for your husband.
So I'm like, when she said 1,000, I'm like, I told her, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let me get it. Let me lend it to you. So I'm me thinking, as fast as I give it to you, I need it back as fast as I gave it to you.
Yeah, of course. I understand that.
So today I'm still waiting for it.
Got you. So, wow, yeah, that's crazy. I really think that she should have spoke to her husband about it, because if he found out, some women do go behind most of the time. They're gonna say that they was trying to protect their husband's feelings, but realistically, if that man finds out,
He's gonna be pissed.
he's gonna be pissed off.
Exactly.
So
Because at the end of the day, the way I look at it, she not looking at him as a man. So why didn't you come to me if I'm your husband?
Exactly.
Right.
I'd rather me call my friend or somebody and let me get that money for you, sweetheart.
Exactly. Like, y'all bro, can you do me a favor? Can you lend me $1,000 real quick? And then boom, you got a
Exactly.
you right there.
Exactly. That's the proper channels, as I would say. You know what I'm saying?
I would never do something like that. One, that's mad embarrassing. People gonna look at me like, you got your man all over your gram, and this is what you do. Like, people are gonna be talking about me. I can't move like that ever.
That's reckless.
Ever.
That's
Like,
reckless.
but maybe she's trying to do something that she don't want him to know, because that's the only thing I could think of. Like,
No, but that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
That's the only thing. But of course, she trusts Jonathan. Of course, that's her friend, so she trusts him. But I'm just saying, where the boundaries get crossed is, and it's something you probably would have to talk to her about on a whole nother note. But just make sure that
you get your money back.
Yeah, get your money back, because that's a lot of money to just.
Of course, definitely, for sure.
Yeah. But what else? What other question that you may have had? I hope we answered your question though.
Oh yeah, you definitely did. Yeah. Why is it that female get offended when you tell them, "Oh, I don't date female with kids"?
That's a very okay.
That's touchy,
my God.
Jonathan.
It's very touchy.
That's very touchy, but it's okay. This right here is what the platform is for right here.
I got chewed up because I posted a status on Facebook and was like, women with multiple kids think that they're the prize. And they chewed me up. Why can't she be the prize? Da 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 da. And listen, my take on the whole thing is, Women are not the prize, men are not the prize. Nobody's the prize because nobody's bigger than the program. The reason why females with kids get offended by that is because they want to they want to be desired. They want to be wanted, and they feel like, "Oh, just because I have kids doesn't mean that I'm less desirable than a woman that doesn't." And it is a hard pill to swallow. There's some man out there that wants to take care of a woman and her kids. But when you're a man that doesn't have kids and you have options, that's not going to be your first pick unless you can have kids or you're willing to play a stepdad. There's some men out there that are like that. But me, knowing you, Jonathan, that's not something that you have to settle for. And in the market, you're a unicorn because it's like, oh, he don't got no kids. Oh, all right. Like you're like easy pickings. Like they don't even got to think twice about that because in their head, they know what you can do for them and their kids. They're offended because they know that they've already made a decision that they can't do anything about.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, and just from my standpoint, it's definitely a choice. I have dated a woman that had a child before, but that was a choice at the end of the day. You know, women shouldn't make you feel less than because you decide not to go with them because you don't want to deal with somebody else's kid. You know, it's a little bit unfair to you. You know what I'm saying? To even try to persuade you, into something you don't want. The whole point of this whole, platform is to let people know you have a choice. They don't have as many options as a woman that don't have kids. You get what I'm saying? The responsibilities is just not the same, right? You're missing something, right? One got a kid, one don't. So you have more freedom, most likely. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, nobody should blame you as a man that you don't want to deal with them necessarily on that, in a relationship or married just because, you want to start your own family. There's nothing wrong with that.
And it's become so normalized that they're offended by you saying that because they can proudly say everybody got kids. And it's like, not everybody.
Right. That's true.
Because it's so normalized and it's everywhere, they're mad because they're like, good luck finding one without one. They think that there's no women out here that don't have kids.
No kids. I know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And let me ask you another question.
Uh-huh.
So men that fantasize, that love being stepfathers, you don't think they got daddy issues along the line that they don't speak about?
Daddy issues?
Like there's some men that you meet and they'll be like, yeah, I don't mind being stepfather. I don't care if she got 5 kids. Da, da, da. Like you don't think like deep down inside of that man, like he has certain.
I think I understand what you're saying. And I definitely think there's something missing or something that they have experienced to where they're overcompensating for something. Because it's like, you don't have to accept that. And they're like, oh no, it's okay, it's so fine. Definitely overcompensating for something.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is, but it's definitely something. It's like they go so hard. So it's like, oh no, I don't care. Like they stick their chest and they want to be heroes so bad.
Yeah, it could be that, Jonathan, right? And it could also be because I have played this role. I'm not gonna lie. Loved the woman. I liked her for who she was, and I loved her for who she was. And at that point in time in my life, I just was like, I want to help her in any means necessary. I knew she had a kid. She told me that up front.
But that was not something that you was like, oh yeah, I'm looking for the one.
No,
with
it's not a desire.
Right.
But I'm giving you that because you mentioned one standpoint where it could be something that's a need for a man. And then I'm telling you my personal side where it wasn't no need for me. I wasn't like, yo, I want a child. I never said that to myself.
Right.
But I met the girl for who she is without the child, right? And then I was more accepting to the child because of how I felt about her. Right. So it's like, yo, I can make this better. I can help out. I know what I bring to the table and what she brings, and let's put it together so we can raise this child. The father failed them at the end of the day, but that doesn't mean I have to fail him. I'm here now. And It's not me being a hero or nothing. I just felt that way at the moment. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it could go many ways, but I think for most men that probably have the same question, it should be, what do you feel? What do you feel is that missing in your life? Is that a desire for you in your life? Question yourself, I think, more or less. It's not about just doing something because you like the girl and now she done convinced you that this is a fit for you. Nah, it shouldn't work like that. It should be something that you really want, And if it is a daddy issue situation, it could be, But I think go to therapy for that. I mean, it's something that you still got to ask yourself and, speak about it. Be more vulnerable to speaking about something like that to figure out what the real, if it even is an issue. I don't even want to say it's an issue, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So I was in a situation, right? I was messing with the girl for 7 years back and forth. For some reason, I was finally was able to let it go.
Wow, congratulations.
What would be your thoughts on why it wasn't hard for me to like let go or like just get over it? 'Cause it was toxic.
Comfortability.
Yeah. Wait, 7 years?
It was 7 years back and forth, and we don't live too far from each other. Like she lived in a house, I lived in a project like up the block. So
Okay, convenience. So let me say
yeah.
7 years, but how long was it toxic for? Because I know you didn't start off swinging on each other.
Oh no, no, of course not.
He said,
To
of
be
course not.
honest,
Yo, Jonathan, you're wild funny for that. He said, of course not. Nah, go ahead.
to be honest, it started. Let me see when it started getting toxic. It started getting toxic. Not, it started getting toxic. Let me see, like, because her sister had warned me about her, but I had to pay attention to her sister. But like
Yeah.
when she started drinking, that's when I started seeing like the toxicness come out.
Okay. Okay. So then she had a
Yeah.
drinking habit. So what would you say? 2 years? 7 years is a long time. So I'm just saying, like, estimate. You don't got to be accurate to the T. It could be 2 years. I realized it the first year. I just kept it going. Realized third year. What was that time frame for you?
All right, I realized that I'll say like the second to third year when I was more around her, like when I was more involved with her, like when I was around her more.
Okay. Did you guys live together at all ever, or y'all just was coming to each other's house, just staying at each
No,
other's
no,
house?
never. We never lived with each other. No.
Okay. So just okay. So you guys just
Yeah.
stay at each other's house at times and just hang out a lot, spend a lot of
Yeah.
time. It's convenient. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really think it was just hard for you to let it go because I mean she lived up the block, right?
Yeah. Of the block.
Man, that's like living together. You feel me?
Basically, yeah. There you go. Yeah.
It's like living together. But what I'm saying is, you also, one thing I realized with situations with a lot of people that are in long term relationships, whether or not they're gonna admit it, but I realize it from my experience and through other people's experiences, I realized that they trauma bond.
Yes.
you know. And I don't know what that is. I
Right.
don't know you guys to the T, but it's something that you had in common with her or maybe gained in common. And then now when you guys spoke about something, it's like, oh wow, you too? And then you guys end up
Just kept it
just
going.
keep it going because now you feel like you met somebody that can understand you in a different way. You can let me know if I'm right or wrong. I'm just trying to gauge.
Yeah. Yeah. You making sense.
Okay, I'm on point like a pencil. All right, cool,
it's
cool.
it's interesting to hear that because like I always say on Instagram like I don't got no exes, like it's a joke because obviously I do, but I think back to like some of the toxic relationships that I've been in and I'm like, yo, why did I stay in that situation for so long? It's like you don't want to be person to person, and it's also how you see yourself in that moment. Like
Yeah.
everybody around you could be like, yo, why are you dealing with this person? Like you deserve better, but you can't see that for yourself in that moment because you're actively dealing with that person.
100%.
That's how you see yourself at that moment. You can't step outside the situation and say, I deserve better because you're in it. And it's
100%.
offensive because you care about the person. You may even love the person. So people like, oh, I don't know why you with them. And you get defensive because it's like, you talking about me? No, I'm talking about the person that you with. But that's who you're choosing to be connected to. So there's some sort of common ground.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that's right on point.
It takes for
Damn.
you to grow and be like, yeah, I don't want this for myself anymore. Like, this is not me.
Right. Just to piggyback, and this may sound crazy, but you know that some people don't even know that they fat?
And I don't know how when they got mirrors in their house.
No, no. But what I'm saying is like, it's going back to what Alicia said. Sometimes you don't even realize that you're this person. Like, you're this person, right? And you've been in this relationship for so long. And
You
over
don't even
time,
notice things.
you don't even notice things anymore that you got out of shape. You don't notice it. You think you still that fine thing that pulled up on my boy or vice versa. You still think you that same person. But now you're the alcoholic. Now you're the person that smoke weed every day. Now you understand what I'm saying? You just the person that is drowning themselves, because due to being unhappy with the person that you're with and just life in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm happy that you got out of that, bro. I want to say congratulations and I
Nah,
appreciate
listen,
you sharing that.
Oh, thank you, because there's some things I said I will never do, and I did.
Ah,
Yeah.
man, that's dope.
Yep.
Yo, that's what it. Yo, see what
Yep.
I'm saying, Jonathan? I really love that, seriously, and I appreciate the vulnerability because a lot of men, number one, we ain't just gonna be out here talking
Oh,
about the,
oh
we
yeah, of
talk,
course. Listen, let me give you an example. Let me give you a quick story.
Mhm.
So let's say Walisha don't got a job, right?
Yep,
And you make it your business, you help her applying to the whole world, basically.
yeah,
The at that time, the relationship was a little rocky, boom. So prior to me helping her find the job, like let's say a week before, no, I'm lying, let's say a month before she got the job, she was like, oh, no, I'm lying. I think, no, it was while she was at the job. She's like, oh, I don't think we should do this anymore, da da da, boom, boom, boom. You know what she did?
what's that?
Some way, somehow, she ended up living with her manager.
No way. What
What?
is going on?
Exactly. Some way, somehow. And you know what my dumbass was doing?
What's that?
Listen, we were still having sex. She was picking me up in his car. I said, "You crazy?" So at that point, I had to wake up and realize if she's doing it with me, no, if she's doing it to him. She's definitely doing it to me. You know?
Listen, Jonathan, you know what I call those type of women? Dirty dogs. You hear me?
Listen,
You hear me, Jonathan? I don't want you to
and
even feel no
listen.
type of way. We live in.
Oh no 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 oh no 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 no. She's a dog. We can agree on that.
All right, all right. You can
Yeah.
still love a dog, right? Dogs get love too. I'm
Oh
not
yeah, of
saying.
course. I love my dog right now. She's sleeping.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta love the dogs. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But obviously the
Yep.
animal dogs is a lot more
Yeah. Of course.
loyal. You know what I'm saying? It's just a big difference, from a human dog. You know what I mean? The dirty dogs out
Yeah.
there. And man, this is tough, man. I appreciate you though,
Oh
Jonathan,
no.
man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, coming up here being vulnerable and congratulations, bro, on getting out of something tough. It's very hard to
Thank
detach. I've
you.
been there, bro. It's very hard to detach yourself from something that's no longer for you. You don't know how to tell them. I already
Yeah.
know how it go, bro. You back and forth with yourself. And look, I know you're like,
Yep.
damn, 7 years was a long ass time. But I'm here to tell you, bro, you did it. It's better than doing it for the end of time.
That's right.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
appreciate you, bro.
Don't let nobody trick you out your spot. You know who you are.
100%.
Oh no, hell no. Like listen, I learned.
That's right.
And
That's
then
That's right.
when she was moving like that, it always took me back to when her sister be like, "Oh, you really get to know her."
wow. No,
Wow.
see, but Jonathan, I ain't gonna lie. You gotta pay attention. That's sis. And I know it may come off a little crazy, but that's sis. If sis is warning you, she know her. She know her from the womb. If sis is
Yep.
warning you, you should have already knew. But I know you like to run around and find out. I
That's
know how that
right.
goes. She probably was doing her thing. I know how it go.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But we live
Like
and you
like like
learn.
to this like to this day, she got a whole new man. She's still been hitting. Oh, I miss you. You don't miss me. I don't even answer her phone calls no more.
Nah,
Yeah,
stand your ground.
Yeah.
you gotta just pack
You
it
gotta
all
let
up,
that
man.
go.
But Jonathan,
Yep.
appreciate
That's
you
it. I
again,
do that.
bro. You hear me?
No problem.
And look, whatever you do, make sure nobody ruin your day. We're gonna leave you on
Oh no,
that
of course.
note.
I'm about to get ready in a few and head to the gym. You know.
I
That's
love it.
right. Keep it going. Bye,
I love
Jonathan.
it.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Appreciate you, Jonathan.
All
Hope
right.
you
You're
enjoy the
welcome.
night.
No problem. It was nice talking to y'all.
You too.
Likewise, bro.
All right.
All
All
right,
right. I'll see you guys. Be
take
safe.
care. You too.
There you have it. Living
Wow.
your truth, man.
Yeah, man. Jonathan, listen, want to thank him again, even off the script. Listen, I know a lot of people could relate to Jonathan and everything that we were saying. I'm hoping that we helping you guys out as long as we're helping, as well as we're helping Jonathan out. Because we know things is real. We go through things. Me and Alicia been through our own journey and things without each other. And we still experience things, with each other because we have friends, family, and we also have our dynamic as well, And it's all about just understanding yourself better, therefore you understand your partner better.
That's right. Make sure y'all follow us on Living Your Truth Show.
100%.
Live.in.your.truth show. Dope is yellow.
Yep. And grow for Mike. And look, whatever you guys
Subscribe.
subscribe. I'm sorry about
Don't
that.
forget that.
Don't forget that. Only if you find value in our content.
That's right.
Because for us, we want to be useful rather than useless.
That's right.
Makes sense? And whatever you guys do, make sure nobody ruin your day. We're going to leave you on that note. Peace.